Hi guys, this is Conrad from SEOdagger.com, and today I want to talk about press releases. I know I harp on them on my blog. You'll notice that just about all of my income reports I talk about press releases and how much of an advocate I am for them. And you'll even notice on my sidebar here that I'm promoting them. It's not because they offer an affiliate program that I promote them. They do offer a small commission for every sale I generate them, but that is not the reason I promote them. If that was the sole purpose for me having the ad here, I'd probably have something else in there just because it would convert better. What I want to do today, I want to just go behind the scenes a bit and show you what these press releases do and why I'm such a strong advocate for them. Okay, you'll notice in my post from about a month ago, I talk about backlinks that still work, and press releases is number one on that list. It's not necessarily in that order, but press releases is something that I am a strong believer in, and I'll show you why. So first thing what we'll do, we'll head over to Source Market. If you don't have an account with Source Market yet, just type in SEOdagger.com/Source Market and you'll be redirected to Source Market. And you can sign up for free, and then of course you can purchase. It's kind of like Fiverr, except probably a little more professional than Fiverr is, okay? A little higher priced items and stuff. Anyway, so I'm logged into my Source Market account, and I'm just going to show you some of the press releases that I've ordered. Here's one that I ordered on July 5th. I actually haven't ordered anything in a while here. We just settled into our new place here in San Miguel in Mexico. So I'm hopefully getting back into things here very quickly. But you'll notice a press release that I ordered on July 5th. And then what I'll do, I'll just open it up here for you and just kind of show you how it did. And you'll notice that I did it for my blog. It's for a post here. I talk about it in my income report. Let's just go back here in my July income report. And I'm pretty sure I included it in the expenses. Yes, I did. Okay, perfect. So I did a press release to promote this post right here. And of course, you can verify all of this by going through the blog itself. But let's just go back and look at the order that I placed here. So I gave him the URL. I gave him a keyword. For press releases, I generally go very broad. I don't focus on a very specific keyword. Some people, they will only target one keyword and they'll harp that keyword with every linking strategy that they can. When it comes to press releases, I don't. I try to go very broad. So in this case here, I was trying to get some pull for the word ebook as well as for the word e-cover, and of course maker, just to make it a little longer. But yeah, so that's just a random keyword that I came up with. I didn't do any keyword research. There's not a reason why I chose that one other than to be a random. Okay. So he'll ask you a bunch of questions, information. You just fill that out. It's fairly straightforward. Don't complicate it. Now, one thing I always ask for is, can you use the following two as anchor text instead of a naked URL? So basically, the reason I use press releases is to get a different anchor text ratios, just to get some strong links going to my site, but not have them have the keyword necessarily in the anchor text. Okay, so I try to use my naked URL, and I'll show you in the press release what it looks like as well. So what I'll do here first, I'll just open up the press release that he wrote for me. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this. I'll go into Google. I'll just put it in brackets, type that in there. And you'll see that I have 3 resources here. I think under news, I might even come up here. Let me just see. It does in the beginning. It comes up for sure. It doesn't right now. I'm not sure. Maybe it's because I'm in Mexico. Either way, doesn't really matter because I don't really care for that aspect of it. So let's just go here. Oh, yeah, there we go. As I put it in brackets, it does show up in the news. But let's just go under all. And you'll see it only shows 3 results. It's because press releases, they send the same piece of content to, I think in this case, over 300 sites. And in Google's eyes, there's no point in repeating the same content in its listing, so it'll shrink it down to just a handful. Okay, so but if you click on repeat search without emitting results, just click on that, and you'll see that it appears on 57 sites, which is Not a whole lot of sites, considering that it was submitted to 300 some sites, but that does not mean that's all the sites that it was submitted to. And I'll show you some of the other press releases later on. You know, this happens to increase over time as well. So I'll show you some of that more later on. But what I'll do here, and I'll just open up here. As you can see, I've already checked some of these before, but let's just open them up here. And I want to show you that these are, in fact, do follow links. It's going to be different from site to site, but just a handful of sites that I picked through, they all had do follow links in them, as well as no follow, which is a healthy ratio in my opinion. And then just to show you how I know that is I have a plugin installed. Let me just open it up here. Let's just go under more tools, and then we'll click on extensions. And let's just scroll down here, and I'll have the no follow simple Chrome extension installed. And what that does is it shows me if a link is no follow or do follow. So if it's no follow, it'll actually have a red brackets going around them, as you can see right here. Okay, so this is what a typical press release looks like. So this is the anchor text that I gave him, which is right here. This is the anchor text that he included, and then of course here is the naked URL that I chose here. Actually, it's not even the naked URL, but that's just what I chose as anchor text. And then of course this would be the naked URL, or this right here. So as you can see, I actually have 4 links in this press release pointing to 2 different pages on my site. You can of course limit that to 1, but I try to just break it up and point it to a couple of sites, the home page as well as an inner page, just to, you know, redirect the juice to the right places and stuff. So anyway, so this press release isn't the best. I could have rewritten it, spent some more time on it, and just, you know, made it something really solid. And it will help you in a sense that more sites will pick it up and more sites will actually share it. But other than that, I don't really bother with it, just for the sake of, you know, get a few links out there, and what you pay for it's just it's so little, you know, considering. Okay, how many links was it here? Let's just go back. It's 57 links, and I paid. How much did I pay for it? $57. So it's $1 a link. You can't go wrong with that. Okay. So what I'll do here, I just want to show you some of how powerful these sites are. So I'll just take this URL here. I'll toss it into Majestic, and I just want to show you which kind of sites we're talking about here. Okay. So this site has crazy trust flow, just crazy trust flow. Of course, if I were to put the exact link in there, it might be a little different, but nonetheless, it's an authentic news site. Let's see, here's another one. Let's pull that one up. State Journal. Let's do the same thing here. Let's just toss it into Majestic. And again, just crazy trust flow, very authoritative. These sites have a lot of links going to them. They have a lot of respect in Google's eyes. So yeah, you can't go wrong with that. If I wanted the link from another site that had these kind of metrics, I would be paying more than $57 just for one link alone. So using a press release, you know, for $57, I get a whole bunch of them. Let's just pick another one here. Let's just go with this one here. And even if your press release only does half as good as this one did, generally they do a little better. Look at this one here. That's 60 trust flow and 51 citation flow. And just yeah, you just can't go wrong with it, especially if you get a do follow link from it. So yes, these are powerful links that you get from these press releases. Okay, and I could go on and on. There's, like I showed you, 57 different sites that I could go through like that, and most of them will have some very strong metrics that you can leverage to help you rank your site. Okay, what I'll do though, I'll go back. By the way, actually, if you ever want strong SEO tools like Majestic or Moz or some of the other ones, but you can't afford or just can't justify paying the full price for them, there is a good service that I'm using, and I'll show you right here. It's called SEO Group Buy, and I'll just go back here. I'll just kind of show you. I'll show you what that is all about. So basically, I pay about $15-16 a month, and I have access to a bunch of different services. And it's because of a plugin, it is shared with a bunch of people. But if you're a light user, this is plenty. You don't need a whole lot more. If you're going to be a heavy user, you might want to get your own account. But other than that, I can't recommend these guys enough. I've had them now for 5-6 months now, and they've never ever let me down. So if an account ever gets blocked or whatever reason just doesn't want to work, they'll update it and add a new one in there. So yeah, highly recommend it. Worth the $16 just to access to these tools that I have. Again, if you want to check them out, go to seodagger.com/SGB. SGB. Okay. So yeah, highly recommend that. Check it out. But let's go back here into Source Market. And I want to show you another press release that I did. And I actually pointed this at a post on my wife's site. Same thing, just very straightforward. I didn't give him... I don't know if I even gave him a keyword to as anchor text ratio. But let's look at this press release itself here. I might have actually. Okay. Let's just take the title. Let's just go back to Google. Oops. And I'm in brackets. Let's search for that one. And the same thing as before, it'll only show 7 listings just because there is no point in repeating the same post in its search results. And then if you go at the bottom here to and click on the search with submitted results, and you'll see that it was submitted, or that the press release can be found on 131 sites. Okay, it does get submitted to over 300 some sites if I remember correctly. Either way, you know, as you can see, it's live proof. I have 131 listings, and that one I did get promoted a little sooner here. Let's just go back. When did I submit that one? June 6th, so that's about a month and a half ago. He's so busy now that he has last time I checked, he had a 30-day delay that he put on. Yeah, so 29 days guarantee. So he guarantees in 29 days he will have your press release done. It's usually done in less time, as you can see here, 10 days on average. I've had really good experiences with this guy. I've tried a few different press release services on Source Market, and as well as otherwise actual press release sites. But this has been my best experience, best bang for the buck for sure, by far. And again, you can check it out just by heading over to seodagger.com/press release. Anyways, going back here and looking at some of these here, and again, we could just pull this URL here. Actually, let's just do that. Toss it into Majestic. Just see what kind of rankings. There we go. 55 trust flow, and then 60 citation flow, which is crazy, But let's just open it up here. I haven't actually looked at this one here yet, so let's look it up. Open it up. There you go. Do follow links on some very powerful sites. So again, I cannot recommend these press releases enough. For $57, you get a lot of bang for your buck. Okay, so as you can see in this case here, I got 131 links. Which works out to be, you know, something like 40 cents a link roughly. And for these powerful links, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, check it out. See how you like it. $57, you can't go wrong. It's not going to be overnight magic where you'll rank overnight, but you'll definitely see a boost in your ranking if you use them. I definitely do just about every time I use them. But if you keep using it on the same site and the same page over and over again, obviously the effectiveness is going to wear off. So you'll want to point it at different pages every time you do it if you keep using it for the same site. And again, because it is getting published on dozens and dozens of different sites, that same press release, I don't use it to promote a keyword that I'm pursuing. I'm trying to keep it as broad as possible. As you'll notice here too with this press release that I did for my wife's site, I went for a very broad keyword, not the actual one that I'm targeting. Same with just the name itself, just because, you know, I don't want to come across as spammy in the search engine's eyes. Although you're fairly safe when it comes to press releases. Google has a somehow a blind eye towards them. But even so, don't use your actual keyword that you're pursuing in the press release. I have done it in the past. I've had really good results doing that, but just, to play it safe, I would not recommend it. Okay, and again, just keep it very generic. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Okay, I should also note. So if I were to punch these actual URLs into Majestic here, for example, it will not show all of the links. In fact, it might not show most of the links that I get from these press release sites. And my theory is it is because these sites, because they have so much content on them, such a vast volume of traffic and stuff, they probably block Majestic crawlers. They probably block Moz crawlers, any SEO tool crawlers, okay, which is not uncommon for bigger sites to do that, especially in the SEO world. I know a lot of guys that have private blog networks, they automatically just block these crawlers, so you'll never actually see the links show up here. But yeah, so that is it. I wanted to show you why I'm such a happy user of them. But check it out yourself. Just go to my site, SEOdagger.com, and you'll find me promoting it on different pages, different places, even especially in the sidebar here. Or just head on over to SEOdagger.com/press release, and you'll be redirected to the one that I use. Again, I've tried different ones. This is by far the best one that I keep coming back to. And he's very easy to deal with. He always sends you a proof of copy when he's written the press release. It's basically done for you. You just submit the information to him. He writes the press release, sends it to you for approval. As soon as you approve it, he submits it to these press release sites. Okay, but yeah, I hope that helps. I hope that clears up the air a bit as to why I'm such a happy promoter of that one. It's not because I make a penny off of it, even though I am making a couple bucks off of it. And I did get a couple sales, I believe, this month through this blog for it. But that is not the reason that I promote it. I promote it because it is working for me, and I hope it does the same for you.